Prestige worldwide.
Prestige worldwide.
And you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation.
For episode 2, we chose to use the principles of management and what sort of skills and qualities a manager possesses. This episode was very important for our TV show as it expresses the qualities our manager possesses and displays our lead character with all the qualities that stand out. Because our TV show is based on an analysis of Ready Player One, we figured the first few scenes were the best to represent his skills. He demonstrates conceptual skill, technical skill, and interpersonal skill, which are all things used leading up to and during the scenes of the race to find the first key. We had Bradley take care of the video editing, and Chase wrote the draft for episode 2 as well as recording for that episode. For episode 3 of Ready Player One, we explored the concept of individual decision making. We looked at the classical, the bounded rationality, and the retrospective decision making models. In this episode, we demonstrated one of our main characters using the bounded rationality model to make an important decision. The reason why we decided to explore this management concept in our TV show was to express the decision-making and the process of choosing between possible solutions to a problem. Each and every manager will be faced with the making of a decision. It is considered one of the most important functions as a manager and will carry out something that is not always an easy task to accomplish. In this episode, Artemis and her team have just completed another mission to capture one of the hidden keys on IOI. And IOI has intensified the search for Wade and his team. Before Artemis and Wade can come up with the next plan of action, they are ambushed by the full force of IOI. In this moment, Artemis must make a decision that could affect the fate of her entire team. How we went about demonstrating the management topic and concepts. Artemis sees that IOI had tracked them down and launched a full-scale attack. In this moment, Artemis has to make a decision and decide how she can get Wade and herself out of the predicament they find themselves in. Artemis does not know how many forces the IOI have, the weapons they are carrying, or any other information to strategize a thorough plan of escape. Within minutes of being captured, she makes the decision to allow herself to be captured, giving Wade the opportunity to escape. Oftentimes, we have very little time and we don't have all the facts to make the best decision possible. But in this case, we see Artemis demonstrating the bounded rationality model, which is often used to make decisions when you don't have all the information and when you don't have the time to choose the best option, but instead what they consider acceptable. In conclusion, we hope you were able to draw from the various concepts and skills we've covered throughout our Finger Puppet Management series. As managers, it is important for us to incorporate the topics we covered throughout this course into our managerial repertoire. As we have seen throughout the series, good managers must demonstrate leadership, decision-making skills, planning skills, and much more to overcome the most problems that arise in the workplace. It's important to apply the principles of management to our own managerial style and the organization. Demonstrating analytical abilities while incorporating conceptual, technical, and interpersonal skills are some of the basic principles of management that we need to work towards to introducing to our team members. Like our fellow teammates, we will not be able to draw on these principles alone. There will be many situations where we will be forced to make difficult decisions on the spot. Having a methodology to your decision-making process can be beneficial. For this, we refer back to the decision-making model, which focused on the classical rotation model and bounded rationality model and the retrospective decision-making model. Each of which, as we covered, has its own appropriate application and usefulness depending on the situation. However, depending on the organizational structure of your workplace environment, these may have their limitation as to affecting the change throughout the entire organization. Making sure that the organizational structure and design of your company promotes communication, involvement, productivity, and effectiveness all are crucial elements to consider from a managerial standpoint. By applying these principles, we are better equipped as an organization to combat or adapt to innovation, change in the industry's environment. All of these concepts affect how individuals from both formal and informal groups within our organization behave and conduct themselves while working. In the end, we may not be able to always apply or incorporate every managerial concept we've learned in this course, but each one of these principles we can manage to use in our own work, which will help us become the best possible, most proficient, and effective managers we can be.